do extremely well? What do people compliment you on? You know, I was sitting in a chair one day, and I was thinking about, you know, and I'm whining and I'm crying, oh God, you know, I'm having a birthday, and I'm whining and crying. And all of a sudden, these thoughts started to come to me. Don, you're going to love this. I was playing golf. I played golf for about 10 years. And all of a sudden, I heard this voice in my side of me said, well, you motivate everybody you talk to. What's wrong with you? And I remember when I would play golf with my foursome, I would always get up there. I was always the guy that said, hey, hit a 300-yarder! You know, and everybody get fired up, and we'd always win. When we got back, we'd beat all the other teams. Because I got everybody, hey, you can sink that putt. Come on, it's only 4 feet, let's go. And the guy would get his confidence up and he'd sink the putt, right? Meantime, I'm trying to get out of the sandbox. And I got everybody else to do something. So identify your area of excellence. Know that when you have that inner strength, that's your God-given talent, and you can exercise that strength. I'm telling you, you're going to be a stronger, better person. You're going to go a lot further in life. Are you with me? Am I right? All right. Focus on your highest value activities. This is where most people make mistakes. I hired a coach named Steve Chandler, and Steve and I got to be very close friends. He lived right here in San Rafael, and Steve wrote 10 New York Times bestsellers, and he told me this story. He said, you know what your problem is, Gary? He says, no, what is it, Steve? He said, your problem is that you try to do this 25 to-do list every single day, and you're multitasking. I said, well, isn't that the right thing to do? He goes, that's the worst thing you can do. He says, I want you to drop that list down to 3 things that you're going to do every day, but you're going to go to bed because you're going to get them done. And I got all the crap out of my life when he said that. Do you know, I started accomplishing things as I put in intense concentration and focus on the things that were important to me instead of all the junk that kept me away from doing the things that were important to me. And do you know, I started building companies and writing books and doing crazy things I never thought I could do before. Hello? Because I was concentrating my effort in an area where I had my talent. Does that make sense to you? Do you see the difference? I got all the junk that didn't mean anything out of my life. Do you know how hard that is to get the junk out of your life? Because you're in it. Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do that. But you don't have a plan. You don't have a purpose. You're not fulfilling yourself. Fulfillment is a very powerful thing to understand. You know, how can you be a leader unless how can you find a leader unless you become a leader? I like the book that says, find a leader within you. Find a leader within you first, and you'll find the leaders around you. Hey, John Maxwell. Okay? So focus on your highest value activities. That's where most of it comes. I find the 80-20 rule always works. 20% of people are going to do 80% of the business. It's just a fact of life. Remove the key constraints that are stopping you. What are the critical constraints on your abilities to achieve your goals? In every work or production process, there are a series of steps between where you are today and the results you want to achieve for tomorrow to find success. Invariably, one of these steps is a constraint, and it's a choke point that stops you all the time. You just can't get over it. Sometimes it could be learning a new skill set. Seriously. It can be as simple as that. Sometimes it can be as simple as organizing your desk or your office. It can be as simple as that. But sometimes we have these chokeholds that just hold on to us and won't let us go, and they are the bad habits. Now let me give you 20 rock instead. You replace the bad habit with a good habit. And you do the activities, and you change your activity. You want change, you got to change what you're doing. You got to change your activities, folks. And you got to do the things that are going to help you to get further along. Focus on the high-value tasks that you have to do. Remove the constraints, and you'll see a difference in your life. If your goal is to double your income, the first thing you need to identify is the different steps you must take to get from the income you have today and the income that you want. Now pick up your goal sheet just for a minute here. Okay? Now you can see I taught this course before. This goes back to August of 2011. But number 1, it says, step 1, identify your goals. Now, it says I want to create a $250,000 income and I want to live at 60% of my net. Very important that we have. There's a lot of financial things I taught besides that, but just stay with this. Create a $250,000 income. Now, here's what I had my class or my students do. I said, if that's truly the income that you want to create, tell me why. How's your life going to be different? What are the significant things in your life? What are you going to change? And here's what I told them to do. I want you to write a vision story about the way you vision your life 3 and 5 years from now, and I want you to read it back to me. You can't use the words when and if. They gotta be, hey, I'm sitting, I just finished writing my New York Times bestseller, I'm looking at out at the ocean, I'm watching the dolphins swim by, I'm having a Bloody Mary with my wife. You understand? It can't be that you want or you wish. You've got to see yourself doing it already. That's what I call the life plan. You with me? Good stuff. So take down and say, look, I want this quality of life. This is the lifestyle I want. This is the income I'm going to need to achieve it. Now, I'm going to give you a really, really great tip today. Brian Tracy taught me this. I thought it was foolish when I first learned it. You know, I met Brian in Las Vegas several years ago, years and years ago. How many of you would like to hear a tip from Brian Tracy? That be a good tip? All right, here it is. He said, Gary, what I want you to do is I want you to write 10 goals down that are so important to you. I want you to write them down every day. But I want you to write them down the first day. But here's what he said differently. He said the second day, you can't look back to see what you wrote down. I want you to write it and remember it. You know that one, huh? And I said, okay. He said, I want you to do that for 30 days consecutively. You can't look back. You got to keep writing. Do you know at the end of 30 days I only had 3 goals in that thing I can remember? But they were the 3 goals that changed my life. You see, people write down a lot of goals, but they don't have a value to their goals. When you understand that you write a goal down, it has value, then you're going to put your activities and everything else is going to be aligned to that goal. Are you with me? Try that exercise. You're going to see the power of it. It is so powerful. All right. Take action. The 7th question I want you to ask yourself is this. I'm going to take immediate action based on the answers to these questions. The purpose is strategic thinking and planning to choose the actions that I'm going to take and bring about different results that I'm going to achieve today. What are the actions that I'm going to take? All right, so those are the 7 questions. Now, if you missed a lot of that, it's okay. You can go on my blog site, 30minute-planner.com, and you can read it under, and here's the blog that I wrote. It's pretty close to this, okay? By the way, my blog site's open to everybody. Okay, I don't recruit people off the blog site. It's something I give back. And it's called Find Your Niche. A lot of what we're talking about is there. And take the lessons. All my clients have to fill that out and do the lessons on there before I even coach them. All right, I'm going to share 7 things to sharpen your focus real quick. And then we're going to go to the goal sheet. I'll wrap this up. All right, here they are. There are several questions that you should ask and answer regularly as part of your personal strategic planning. Again, you can find it on my blog site. If you could wave a magic wand and have whatever you wished in any part of your life, what would it be? Again, it's a reflective question. What would it be? If you could wave a magic wand and change any part of your life, think about it right now. What would it be? What's the thing that you would change? A lot of you think, get all the distractions off. If you could design a perfect lifestyle day in and day out, what would it look like? The perfect lifestyle for you. I want you to reflect on this. What would it be? Number 4. How would you change your life if you received $1 million right now, tax-free? What would you do with that $1 million? What would it mean to you? I'll tell you what I would do. I would give it away. I know exactly the charity I'd give it to. I would give it away. Because see, money does not control me. I have no need for money. I have every need for purpose. I know that sounds weird for a lot of people trying to pay their bills right now, but money does not mean a thing to me. When that problem was solved, my life changed. It became a purpose. And you know the crazy thing is, when I started putting purpose before money, money started flowing in and you couldn't stop. Is that crazy? What a difference. If you could have the perfect calendar, this is just for you. If you could have the perfect calendar every day, how would you spend each day, each week, each month, each year? Think about that for a minute. If you could have the perfect calendar of your life, what would it look at? Like, what would you do? What would you do differently? You see, it's the change in that gap I'm trying to get you guys to think about. Because we have to make the changes. Number 4. What parts of your work do you enjoy the most and you do best? We talked about that. Where do you excel? What sorts of activities make you the happiest? Think about that for a minute. Because that's going to really guide you and direct you in the area that you want to go. I love to write. Obviously, I like to speak. What would you do? And how would you spend your time if you learned today that you only had 6 months to live? what would you be doing? You know, the amazing thing is when I had my radio show, I had some very powerful people like Robert Kiyosaki, Lori Langmeyer on my show. And we were always amazed because the average Joe would call in and we would give them financial intellect and advice on how they could change their life financially. You know how the people that got to us? It wasn't the person that did all the talking on the show. It was sort of a quiet guy. And Howie, this is crazy. That quiet guy changed his life in 6 months. He was the singing waiter at Max's Operative Effect. Is that amazing? Because he had such a strong desire in his heart to change his life. You never know. That's what I'm saying. It's the money. It's the heart and the desire that you have to do the things that are going to govern you in your life, your values. Okay, we're getting through this. What would be the one thing would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? I want you to think about that. What's the one thing that you could dream if you knew you did not fail? I'm going to give you a little secret about the spirit of fear. I know a lot of us have it. We live in fear of what people are going to think. We live in fear of success and failure. And, you know, fear governs a lot of what we do and what we can't do. Brian Tracy taught me this. Nobody's better than you. Nobody's smarter than you. It's an equal playing field, really, my friends. It really is. I'm going to tell you how to get rid of the fear. That fear. And I had it. It's my personal experience. I have a fear of heights, or had a fear of heights. So bad. When I would drive the freeway, and I'd have to go over a crossover, the high ones, I would literally start shaking. And then I figured out that I can control that fear in my mind. And instead of avoiding those crossovers, I looked for them. I said, I'm going to attack this. I'm going to fight this fear. I'm going to beat it. And you know that I drove over those crossovers, and eventually, it took me a year. Today I can drive, I was scared to drive over the Bay Bridge and the Golden Gate. Is that crazy? But I drove over anyway. See, I stepped out of my fear. I fought it and I conquered it. It can be conquered. It's in your mind. It's in the renewing of your mind. It's not here. Your fear is here. It's in the renewing of your mind. And when you get that strength, you can fight it, you're going to dissipate that fear. It's going to come out of your heart. Is that a beauty? I'm telling you, it's a gold nugget. It's a huge thing for people. Am I right? If you fight it, you can beat it. I'm telling you. You have to do the, I'm scared to talk so much. I can't speak in front of people. Well, let me tell you the first time I spoke to somebody. You remember this? I was in Amway 35 years ago. This is my first time I've ever spoken. This is crazy. Okay, first time I ever got in front of people. My sponsor fell asleep snoring. I got into a political argument with the entire audience and everybody left. I got in the car after 2.5 hours at home. I said to my wife, how did I do? She said, honey, you did great. 10 years later, she said, that was the worst experience you ever put me through. But you know what? I didn't quit there. I kept doing it. I kind of knew I stunk, but I kept going and going, and it changed. You've got to fight back. You with me? I'm taking a little bit longer than more about. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys okay with it? All right. Here you go. I won't come back next week. All right. Here you go. Okay. So, what one thing would you dream could not fail you could have if you were absolutely guaranteed success in any one goal, small or large, short term or long term? What would it be? What's that interim goal? What's that little goal? See, your steps to success start with little goals and little achievements. I'm telling you. Step a little outside your comfort zone, and then you learn that skill set, and then you take another step outside that comfort zone, and you learn that skill set, and you take another step outside that comfort zone. But where you get lost, and where you get blocked, and what stops you is this, and I call it scarcity thinking. Prosperity thinking isn't about creating wealth, it's about creating wealth for you and your mindset. As you think in your heart and in your mind, you can do anything you want. I'm serious, it takes just as much energy to dream small as it does big, so why not dream big? It's in here. It's internal before it's external. Your environment is created in the thoughts of your mind and in the whispers of your heart. You guys agree with that? I know you do. All right, real quick. Life into 7 areas. Business and career. Do some analysis there. Let's see what you have to be to extremely successful and be satisfied to move to the top of your field. Don't go away with nothing today. I mean, I'm pouring my heart out to you. You know, take some of this information and make a change in your life. Family and personal life, learn to balance that. Okay? Learn to have those relationships. They're important. Stephen Covey teaches that, man. When your wife calls you to get a board meeting, pick up the phone. Put first things first. Very valuable, your relationships. Money investments. How do you get your financial life under control and achieve financial independence? I'm going to tell you right now. It starts. I used to do wealth building seminars all over the Bay Area. It starts with one thing. When you write down a personal budget and you live to that budget, you just put money underneath your foot. When you don't do the budget, you are not putting money under your foot. Money controls you. But when you put money under your foot is when you do the budget and you live to the budget. You got it? It's that simple. When you get a brand new, okay, well, let's say when you get a tax return, it's $1,000 or $2,000. I did this to all my classes. I would ask the classes, what do you do with the $2,000? I went out and bought this. I bought a big screen TV. I did this. Do you know what? When you see that investment of $1,000 is $10,000, all of a sudden you put control, money is controlled. You put it on your feet. You got it? See, I saw that $1,000 invested property is $10,000. I never wasted a dollar or a dime. Money had no control over me. You got it? That's all it is. It's that simple. Okay? Live at 50-60% of your means. I don't care how broke you are. Live below your means. T. Harv Eker does a great job of teaching people how to do this. Okay. All right, health and fitness. I gotta be on top of this one. I'm here. I'm confessing. I'm good. You know, I've lost 5 pounds the last 2 weeks. I'm going to lose it. And I'm walking and I'm doing the things I need to do. So just do it. Personal growth and development. Are you investing in yourself? At the end of my books, I have my little tagline. It says, man's greatest investment is in oneself. Your investment has to be in you if you're going to progress yourself and other people. Don't say you want to change the world if you haven't changed you. Does that make sense? Invest in you. Get personal growth under your belt. Invest in your business. Invest in you. Learn it. Okay? I studied under some of the best coaches out there to learn what I did to get to where I want to go. I spent thousands of dollars on these guys. I just didn't get there. I studied and studied and studied, and at times I didn't have the money. I wrote checks I didn't have. I studied under Jack Canfield. I studied under Steve Harrison. I studied under Dan Kennedy. I studied under some of the best coaches you can get. Ann Sig, one of the best internet gurus out there right now. Okay? I paid her tons of money to learn what I did and to write the books that I write. Social and community activities. How do you structure your life and leave a real difference in the world and a lasting legacy? If you can invest in yourself and get clarification on your goals, your dreams, and what you want, you can live a life of significance and not a life of success. There's a huge difference. Significance gives back to the community, okay? Spiritual development, be at peace with yourself. Folks, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm done. Take this right here. And if you do this exercise based on what I taught you, go to my blog site. Step 2, the benefits of reaching your goal, the value of what you're going to do, what obstacles are in your way. Take some time to reflect on it. The skills and knowledge that you need to reach your goal. What do I need to do to improve those skills and that knowledge? I spent a fortune on it. I spent a lot of time. If you look at my library, I got more books than my wife has DVDs, okay? All right. Individual groups and companies and organizations, get involved with them. You're going to grow in that thing. Get a plan of action to reach your goal, that's step 6, and then put some dates to it, and you'll find your life is going to be different and it will change. God bless you guys. Thank you for having me.